From the sun-scorched fields of ancient Haran, a story of love, deception, and divine providence unfolds. Journeying far from home, a weary traveler named Jacob arrived at a well where local shepherds watered their flocks. It was there, against the golden hour glow, that he first saw her. Rachel, a shepherdess of striking grace, approached with her father's sheep. In an act of profound strength and devotion, Jacob single-handedly rolled away the heavy stone covering the well. As the water was drawn for her flock, a connection sparked, captured in Rachel's look of astonishment and intrigue, a moment that would alter the course of their lives forever. Welcomed into the household of his uncle, Laban, Jacob found a home. The warm, lamplit nights were filled with the joy of kinship. But Jacob's heart belonged to Rachel. Through fleeting glances across the bustling courtyard and shy, meaningful smiles exchanged in moments of shared work, their bond deepened. A silent promise was growing between them, a love that felt destined and true. It was a love that would soon be put to the ultimate test. Driven by his passion, Jacob stood before Laban as the sun set, casting long shadows across the land. With an earnest heart, he made his offer. 7 years of labor in exchange for Rachel's hand in marriage. Laban, his eyes revealing a hint of calculation, agreed to the terms. From a distance, concealed by her veil, Rachel overheard the pact. A soft wind caught the fabric, and in the warm, fading light, her face glowed with an emotion too deep for words. The 7 years passed like a dream, culminating in a vibrant wedding feast under a starlit sky. Torches flickered, and music filled the air as Jacob took the hand of his heavily veiled bride, his heart soaring. But the joy of the night turned to ashes in the morning. As the first rays of dawn illuminated the tent, the veil was lifted, not on Rachel, but on her older sister Leah. The shock and heartbreak on Jacob's face were absolute, a raw, silent scream of betrayal. At that same dawn, Rachel stood alone, tears of a different sorrow tracing paths down her cheeks. She was a solitary figure of grief, watching from afar as the man she loved was bound to another. The world seemed to shrink, her profound sadness a quiet, painful echo of the morning's shocking revelation. Laban, confronted by a furious Jacob, offered a new bargain. Jacob could also marry Rachel, but only after fulfilling a wedding week with Leah and promising 7 more years of service. A week later, a second, more subdued wedding took place. As Jacob and Rachel finally joined hands, their union was a beacon of relief and joy. Yet from the shadows, Leah watched, her isolation a stark and poignant contrast to the couple's hard-won happiness. Setting the stage for a rivalry that would define their family, the years that followed were a painful tapestry of sisterly conflict. A montage of life unfolds. Leah, blessed with children, cradling her newborns with joy. Rachel, barren and heartbroken, weeping in solitude. The tension was a constant presence, etched in tense glances and the weary lines on Jacob's face. Caught between the woman he was tricked into marrying and the woman he had always loved. Yet, in her deepest despair, Rachel never ceased to pray. Kneeling beneath a tree, her pleas rose to the heavens. In a moment of quiet grace, the scriptures say God remembered Rachel. A soft, spiritual light seemed to surround her as her prayers were answered. The long years of sorrow finally gave way to indescribable joy as she held her newborn son, Joseph. With tears of gratitude streaming down her smiling face, her story of faith and endurance found its beautiful, emotional climax, a testament to hope fulfilled.